Hi, my love bugs. Doing it different again this week. Just working in whatever the hell I have time for. Okay. I am sure you guys are feeling the same thing. Life is busy and weird, and life is insane. Also, if you're in the US, this is a really weird time to be alive. This is a weird time to be alive. So we got a lot going on this week. For those of you that have never been here before, my name is Sarah Martucci. I'm a psychic medium, certified crystal healer, and a paranormal investigator. A low-key, working up to it, astrologer as well. I'm going to have 8 million titles by the end of my trip here to Earth. If I got anything to say about it. Also, some of my nicknames are the Duchess of Donuts, the Cuss Mouth Angel, as well as the Tarantino of Tarot. So please know what the hell you're getting into. I'm the Queen of Woo-Woo, and I'm going to talk about it all. All right? Now, if you guys never been here before, this is where I talk about the astrofuckery. That's what I call it. Okay. Some of the astrology for the week, and then we get into the card pulls. But for the astrology, for the card pulls, for any of the energy, I like to remind you guys, like, this is a space where we make it work for us. And if we can learn to work with the energy here, what else can we make work for us in our life? When we're present and aware with this energy, we can use it in whatever way that we need. Okay. So if you guys are down with that get down, let's get the fuck into it. Guys, this week, God almighty, it's almost October. So there's that. Every day feels like 1,000 years. And it's also felt like everything's going by quickly. What is time? Okay. There's that. But this week we've got some interesting stuff going on. I'll put the details in the comment box so you guys can get the actual dates. But midweek, this week we've got Jupiter and Mercury hooking up. They're air high-fiving, all right? Up in the air. And so when these two planets come together, and especially with Jupiter being in Cancer, which is incredibly fucking lucky and blessed, anybody that's got important Cancer placements, like, you should have some gorgeous stuff happening for you, okay? And if things are difficult, also take it as a blessing, okay, right? Because it's also making you aware of what the fuck is going on, so we can fix this and finally get the solution. Okay, there's that. But Jupiter's in Cancer, and then Mercury right now is in Libra. Both of these signs, Cancer and Libra, hey, guess what? Things need to be even. Things need to be fair, or Cancer's going to rage out and eat your face. Or Libra's going to rage out and, like, put holes in all of your clothes. Hey, tell me I'm wrong, people with Cancer and Libra placements. I see you. I got a Cancer moon. Okay, we'll burn it down. So I love that the planet of communication, also in the sign of Libra, that's like really about what's right, what's fair, what's just. Not doing peace for peace's sake, but trying to find the peaceful solution within the situation. Incredibly judgmental, but like we're judging things. We're looking at stuff from both sides. Sometimes can get paralyzed by choice here with Libra in the mix too. So making choices lately has probably been a little difficult. There's 1,000 things we can choose from. This is really kind of knowing here, especially with Jupiter, what calls home to us. What's speaking to us? What is actually speaking to us? What's bringing us good luck? What makes us feel like home in the best way possible? What makes us feel safe and protected? How are we protecting and keeping others safe? And specifically with Cancer here, children and families. So don't be surprised on the wider stage if we're seeing a lot of that conversation come up lately. Okay, guys? And like, how do we help the kids? How do we support children? Like, is this the right, fair thing? Look at fucking Palestine and all that shit going on right now. Like, it's a straight up genocide, y'all. And our money, okay, we don't need to get into it, but the point is we need to start having these conversations. What the fuck? I'm not going to spend my money with these businesses because they do not protect children and they're actively funding, and giving guns to the other side that is committing this atrocity. Okay? And so I just feel like here Libra's weighing the pros and cons. We're looking at every single piece of evidence, and then we're really making a serious decision. And this is going to be for the betterment with Jupiter here, because Jupiter is a benefactor. Jupiter goes big or goes home. Okay? Jupiter doesn't fuck around. And so whenever Jupiter shows up, this is the giver of gifts and good luck. But they also goes to the maximum. So even if something difficult is happening here, which we don't have this week, honestly, but like if there's a difficult aspect, it can pump up the volume. Honestly, I think it's pumping up the volume this week, especially on what we're saying and what we're talking about. It is. Okay. It's going max capacity. And we really need to think about the bigger picture and how our children and families and home at the heart of this. What are we doing to our own children, family, and home? So I think and then abroad too, what the fuck are we a part of? I don't want to be a part of that bullshit and noise in the world. Absolutely the F not. So again, don't be afraid to speak up this week. This is a great week. Even though I know that the outside world is starting to tell us that if you speak up against this stuff, they'll come after you. Guys, that's the very time to keep fucking talking. Keep fucking talking and do not fucking stop. It's an important time frame to make your voice be heard and like your opinion be heard. And like none of this shit is tenable, obviously. Okay. So this week is going to be really powerful around conversations, whether it's personal and at home or talking about abroad. Okay. And so what's the right, fair, honest, truthful? Where's the good information? Where's the actual good stuff? Not the stuff that just makes me feel good and puts me at ease and peace. Because that's not working anymore. I need the fucking truth of the matter so that we can take this situation, we can take this person, we can take whatever the fuck's going on here and get it for the better. Maybe love somebody here or show up for them, protect them, support them in the way that family should. And listen, for a lot of us, we don't have that background to pull upon, but we're no dummies. Like we know what the right way to show up is. And if you don't, research it and ask somebody. Go and find that good information. This is going to be a really important week to really, I think also too with Jupiter and Mercury here working together, to make sure that whatever you're putting out though is right, real, and true. So make sure whatever we're passing on, we've done the research, we understand, we know what the fuck we're talking about. Please and thank you. That's always good advice. Okay. But just this week, it feels super duper good. And I think with Jupiter and Mercury here, the more that you're helping, the more that you're supporting people, the more that you're looking out for others, the more that you're speaking on these things, the more good luck and abundance that comes into you, period. So if you're spreading somebody's name that did good by you in something, maybe a product or a business or whatever, imagine not only you bringing them more abundance, but you're bringing it in for yourself too, babe. So don't be afraid to spread joy. Don't be afraid to spread good stuff this week. Don't be afraid to speak up and speak for the underdog. My God. Don't be afraid to be Judge Judy. Okay? In a lot of respects and just say how the fuck you feel. Well, not even how do you feel. Judge Judy's just like, these are facts and figures. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Although Cancer would be like, hey, my feelings are hurt. All right. So we are looking out for people's feelings this week. We don't need to be nasty or funky. Libra's not going to want to do that anyways. So in what ways can we speak up and say what the fuck we need to? Maybe with all the diplomacy that we possibly can, while still stating the fucking point and just stating the facts and the figures. Okay. How do we protect others? How do we look out for others? What is the justice here? Not our feelings. What is the justice here? That's what brings in the good luck and the abundance. All right. And the other aspect this week is going to be this weekend. I think Venus is closely approaching the South Node. Venus is in Virgo right now. So this is where it gets a little hairy, okay? Because this is where Venus is considered in its fall. And can everybody calm down about all that shit? You know what I'm saying? But like, if we understand old school traditional way and understand this came from a patriarchal point of view. Okay. But like Venus here is in its fall because, she's quite nitpicky. She's not settled. This is looking for the problems, because we're trying to fix something here. So you guys have probably noticed lately that maybe relationships have been a little difficult. People are getting a little more insecure. Like we're feeling more insecure. There's these question marks. Is this really working? Is this the person I'm supposed to? Like, is this everything function well here? Do you know what I mean? And so we find that we might be picking stuff apart, thinking about things that maybe we've never even crossed our fucking mind. But I think there's a level of grown up here when Venus is in Virgo, okay? And that's also probably too why Venus doesn't dig it. Venus just wants to be taken care of, loved, floofed up, give her that money, let her do that fucking thing, let her be gorgeous, okay? That's let her live, all right? Titties out, eating fucking grapes. Goddamn, fucking, that sounds like a fantastic Tuesday night. Sign me up. But Venus and Virgo here she's working. She's working. There's no time to rest. There's no time to rest. Not when Venus is in Virgo. And again, we're kind of picking stuff apart. What works here, what doesn't. What is, systematically speaking, does this person work as a part of my family? Or maybe it hasn't for a while and it's time to sit down and fix the thing. So it's going to feel like you're getting picked apart or somebody else is getting picked apart. Maybe something's never good enough. Maybe you're worried that you're going to come across that way. Again, I think with Mercury and Libra here, look for the diplomatic ways that we can say what needs to be said. And maybe just laying out the facts and the figures. But connecting with that South Node, this is a cleansing, okay? So maybe right now we're cleansing out friends and family. Y'all, I'll tell you what. I did more cleansing and clearing of my socials just like 2 weeks ago than I did back in November. So like it's been, again, wild time to be alive, especially if you're in the good old USA. Oh my God. So it's been a wild time to be alive. We're looking at our relationships. Who's actually, and there's an element here of perfectionism. There's also an element here of who's clean. Do you know what I mean by that? Okay. Virgo is a sign that is, even if their area around them is trashed, all their stuff is color coded. Okay. And like everything else is clean. It's like bizarre with Virgo sometimes. Okay. But, with Venus here, like we're looking to clean house, like what's working and what doesn't. What can I get rid of here? What can I let go of? What can I eliminate that isn't working? And just letting remember too, y'all, Virgo, it's a person, their image. And traditionally speaking, the Virgin here is holding a scythe. This is another element of death and harvest. So looking at our relationships, what is working here? What am I harvesting in from this? Am I able to look at this with clear, balanced eyes and speak about this in a balanced, peaceful manner? Coming from my centers, where's your center? Do you have a center space? And coming from that centered space and speaking on something, just spitting facts and figures. It doesn't need to be my feelings. This is working or this isn't. You either fix this or you don't. That's what this comes down to. Okay? So, and especially with the South Node here again, we're eliminating, we're letting go, we're cleansing, we're clearing. Does this person feel clean to me? I don't know how else to explain that. Tell me if you guys get confused by me saying that. But like, is this person clean? Is this person taking care of their shit? Is this person walking their walk and talking their talk? Are their words and actions aligning? Are they clean? Does this person have a whole lot of blood on their hands? Are they clean? Is this person saying one thing and doing another? Where are you at? So again, there's a harvest time going on here by the weekend. And throughout the week, there's going to be an understanding of like, I think personally, again, with Mercury here in Libra, hooked up with Jupiter in Cancer, like who the fuck actually is my family? Who the fuck is on my side? Who shows up for me in that capacity? Where's the reciprocity? That's a huge thing too with Virgo, I think as well. Because she also rules the 6th house. So like, in astrology. And so, but also I'm thinking of the 6s, within the tarot and how they each, almost every single one of those cards calls for reciprocity, especially the 6 of Pentacles, which is an earth sign, which is Virgo. Hello. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just making all these connections. Like, I feel like Charlie Kelly with that, all those lines going everywhere, just trying to make a point. So thank you guys for sticking with me this long. But this is going to be another wild week to be alive. We're going to need to be present and cognizant of what the fuck is going on without nitpicking to the point where we're expecting perfectionism, knowing full well we are not perfect. What's not working here so that we can either cleanse and clear it out and start over again, or we can rework with the things that we've got. This needs to be healthy, whatever the fuck this is. And then around our communications, boosting, talking, speaking out and up for people that need help, support, justice, the right fucking thing. Do not hold back this week. Do you hear me? Most of your luck is going to come from being loud, proud, and speaking the fucking truth. Not your feelings. What are the facts and figures? And doing it in a way where they look forward to going to hell. The Irish way of talking. Hey, I'm going to cuss you out, but I'm going to send you to hell, but you're going to look forward to the ride. Because because the way I worded it didn't sound so bad. Okay. So this is a good week for pulling on any conflict resolution, stuff that we've got going on in the background or any kind of skills that we've got. This is a great week to face our shit and to get ready to heal on a wider scale. This is a great week to also make sure that we're not going perfectionistic shit. We're not picking people or ourselves apart. This is a good week to take a deep breath, understand what you got to do, and get ready for the new workload. Period. Because it's worth it, and you're worth it. That's the value we see here with Venus, okay? You are worth the work. This person is worth the work. Gorgeous. We got this, okay? All right, let me know if you guys have any questions on that or if I just confused the fuck out of everybody. Hey, let me know if you were able to follow along. With that being said, let's move over into the next. I'm just going to talk at you again, and you're going to see your card. All right, let me know how it was for you, and I'll talk to you guys in just a sec. Hooty hoo, card number 1. Damn, making my nips cut glass. You guys got a great card. Let's get the fuck into it, okay? You guys got the 6 of Wands. Look at this beauty. Look at her. Prancing along. No shirt, no shoes, all the fucking service. I fucking love 6 of Wands. It's one of my favorite mundane everyday card. So I do want to say this week it's going to have a flavor. We don't have big old crazy bullshit going on. Thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. Even if you do, this would feel like it's starting to taper off now. And for a lot of you guys with the 6 of Wands, it's a beautiful indicator that things are turning around. God bless everybody. All right. First of all, whenever Wand shows up, it's really asking us, how are we taking action? What are we doing? Okay. Whenever Wand shows up, this is fire. This is very spirit-led and spirit-fed to me. Fire also reminds us, it's up to you, baby. You're the one that's going to have to take action here. We cannot sit back. We can't think about it. We can't feel about it anymore. We've got to jump in there and do the fucking thing. And so what do we need to take action on? What are we ready to step out and fucking do? What are we ready to two-step towards? Okay. Maybe even a little booty shake. Maybe a little titty shake to the bank, And especially with the 6 of Wands here, such a celebratory card. I really feel like you guys are going to be celebrating something awesome this week, okay? But I just feel like with fire here, this is our impetus. This is our get up and go. Sometimes, too, this can talk about, our sexual prowess or, the way that we feel, energetically, our energy for stuff, okay? And so with the 6 of Wands here, we're dead stop in the middle. This is a gorgeous stop to be. We're really taking stock of how far we've come and what else we've got to get done. 6 is here also going to talk about reciprocity, okay? And so something's coming back around that maybe we helped support somebody else during a good time, or we helped somebody else take action or reminded them to do that. And then we were able to do that for ourselves, or maybe somebody here was able to do that for us and then remind us. And then we were able to get up and go. Okay. So I love the 6s here. Also too, 6 is going to take me 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 years. Okay. But with fire here, it moves the quickest. So I'm looking at days to weeks. So this could be 6 days ago, 6 weeks ago. I read these like the months, period. Okay. I want to go back to the month of June. So maybe something that we started here, planted a seed back in June, and we're starting to reap the benefits of it now. Fucking right. Okay. So essentially, what the fuck does the 6 of Wands stand for? Thank you for asking. It's a victory and success of the highest order because we went after what we desired. Literally. That's it. Well done. Card pile over. You guys won this week. Card pile number 1. Okay. All I'm saying is 6 of Wands is fucking gorgeous. Now, even though it's a mundane card, I feel like the victory we get from something almost feels like a major arcana. So it feels like it's life transforming, even though I said this week nothing crazy is going to happen. But I feel like this is in the best way possible. So whatever victory or success we get here is because we chose ourselves, or because we chose to go after what we wanted, what we desired, and we took action on it. You should be shown now that, like, fucking right, well done. So thinking back to those time frames that I pulled up, does that make sense? Okay. Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, fucking right. Babe, this is a yes. Okay. This is a yes. And if you notice the card, she's moving towards the right, which talks about the past for me. So again, that boosts up for me. I feel like this goes back to the June, Okay. Back to June, or maybe back to 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days ago. Somehow the number, maybe the 6th of a month. Okay. And that it plays into that. Something should be showing here that this is a titty shake to the bank. Yes, that you made a good choice, and going to that past there again, it just makes me, I don't know. I just want to go to the past. So what do we plant a seed here? And are we ready to harvest it in the best way possible? And if you notice that person holding that pole and they've got a wreath at the top, this reminds me of the world. This is the ultimate victory and success and the closing of a very important chapter. So I feel like for a lot of you guys this week, this would be a yes around closing chapters, getting a victory on something, feeling like we're ready for the next level. I can fucking handle this. Just feeling like everything in the world, all I got to do is take action on the thing that I give the fuck the most about. All right. Now, if we're looking around love and relationships, like family, friendship, romance, like, babe, this is good all the way around. So maybe we had a fight with somebody. All right. Well, it's starting to show that you were, in fact, motherfucking correct. Okay. Like we fucking all knew it would be, is what I want to say. I feel like for some of you guys, that's really going to make you laugh. And also too, boom, drop the mic moment. Okay. Yeah, I knew. And I told you fools. Okay. I told you assholes what the fuck was up. And nobody want to listen. Now I get to walk in on my high horse and be like, guess what, dummy? I was fucking right. Listen, say whatever the fuck you want about fire signs, but they will gloat in your face. Yay! Okay, there's that. Also, too, this week you guys might be dealing with Aries, Leos, Sagittariuses. Yeah, you get the jam there. So I just feel like here around relationships, it's going to show that you were correct. I feel like that might be more for family. For a lot of you guys, there might even be a friendship here thing where something's coming through. But if we're looking about like love, romance, like this is victory and success. You went after what you wanted. You gave something a chance and it's working out. Is there a callback to the month of June or the 6th of a month, 6 days ago, you get the jam. Okay. And so, yeah, if things are going beautifully now, there's probably a whole lot of reciprocity happening too. And this person is feeling that way as well. Okay. So if you're wondering how somebody feels, this is a reciprocal card, at least to me. When the 6s show up and the other person feels like this is victorious, this is good. This is heading in a decent direction. And again, there might be something here from the past where we're getting a victory over, feeling like we finally have our first good relationship that's actually like doing good things. We're hooked up with a good partner. This person also feels like we're vivacious, like we're successful. They feel like this is a great match. This feels like a great match. Okay. Now you got to know your personal situation a little bit more. If you want to get a more in-depth reading, get a hold of me. Okay. But for the most part, this feels as though if you guys pick card pile number 1, your person feels really good about you too. And this is a reciprocated kind of feeling here. So, and then again, with that weird pull to the past, maybe again, healing a previous relationship, healing around relationships, feeling as though I finally have the victory and success because I actually chose something that I actually wanted. Maybe also too, because we took the time. Probably not with wands. Okay. But listen, if we just jumped the fuck into this, you're going to need to give it a little more time. This is literally like 6 days ago. I need you to take a deep breath. Okay. Also, again, notorious fire signs, jumping the fuck in without thinking and then being like, oh, fuck, should have waited. So please take your time if this is brand spanking new. Okay. But at least so far, this feels reciprocated. This feels good. It feels like victory and success. And this feels like much better improvement from a previous relationship. Cheers. Okay. Maybe also too around friendship and family. Maybe we're starting to meet more people that are like family and this feels like the way that it always should have been. Fucking right. Maybe around friendships here, meeting really good, awesome friends that are into the same shit that we're about. Maybe there's an element of sports here too. I don't know why. I'm kind of feeling that, but like, I feel like maybe it's polo. I don't fucking know. Right. But like, it just feels as though there's some kind of sport connection here. And so maybe we're into the same shit. And it's just really nice to find somebody that fucking gets it. Like, thank you, baby Jesus. Okay. Now, if this is more around, well, anything else for love and relationships? I feel like too, maybe also too, this would be a great week if we're doing, but like maybe also the relationship with self, going to the past and also noticing when we succeeded When do we have those big breaks? Looking back to the past, if you're feeling really down, really low, you haven't had a break in a while, or feeling like you had a success in a while, go back and review. Go back and look at all the times that you did have successes, or if you held on to the letters that people wrote thank yous about. Do you know what I'm saying? Go back and read those. Go back and relive those moments where you had success to remind you or re-inspire you that not only can it happen again, but baby, you're at the helm of this. Okay? Now, if we're looking around work and career, I feel like maybe some of you guys applied for a job maybe back in June, 6 weeks, 6 days ago. You guys get the deal. And that something should be coming through at this point. Okay, maybe no later than October 6th. All right. And that would be awesome. And again, this feels like victory and success. But I applied for a job that I actually wanted to do. Maybe also, too, some of you guys are hearing back from places that you applied back in June. And so maybe we've got a couple opportunities here. And you get the choice to choose the one that you want. God bless. All right, but we're going to have to go to the past in some kind of way, figure out what works best. Is this still me? Do I still want this? I feel like might be a question for some of you guys too. Go after what you desire and you're on the right track. Not what old you wanted, not what you think future you might want. Who are you right now? And what the fuck do you want? Also, I would also say around work and career, like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? Are you doing that now? Extra points. Okay. If that's something you still want to do and you've been pursuing, then awesome. Well done. This would make me feel here around work and career this week. This is a great moment to maybe go in there and ask for that raise, ask for that thing. It's always going to be a no unless you ask. Maybe go and apply for other jobs that you actually want to do. Who the fuck knows? Maybe one of them might actually pull through and be like, fucking right, bitch. We've been waiting for you. Okay. This is a great week to take a chance around work and career and really throw your hat into the ring in multiple different arenas if you want. And again, we're going to get success and victory out of this in some way, shape, or form. And it's going to come on quickly because look at that horse, man. She's galloping. All right. But again, maybe we've been thinking about doing this for a while. There's some issue or some reference to going to the past. And so maybe just even really reviewing, looking at the work that we're doing. But I think for a lot of you guys, you feel good in the positions that you're at. Maybe we're just ready for the next level. This feels fantastic. This would also be if you want to become like a yoga instructor, maybe a personal fitness instructor. Maybe you want to own your own football team. Maybe you're thinking about taking up sports. Maybe we're thinking about like teaching people how to weightlift. This is just very sports heavy to me. I don't know why that card presents that way to me, but I'm fucking feeling it. So if we wanted to make, maybe even writing a book about fitness and taking care of the body. Okay. Maybe the effect on some sports on the human body. Maybe somebody's writing a book here. Okay. But I just feel like there's maybe also too, the way that sports influenced you when you were younger on how to like take action, go out in the world and do things. This week around work and career, go after what you want. That's literally the fucking point. All right. Now, in terms of health and healing, again, a great period to go back to the past if we need help remembering like successful times. If we feel like we're not in one, this will re-inspire us and maybe even give us a little piece of information, something we're missing right now that we're not even thinking about, but it's going to give us that closure that we need, that success, that victory that we need, or remind us of why we're doing what we're doing. There's that. Okay. I also think health-wise this week, this would be a great time to quit smoking. If you wanted to start an exercise regime, maybe we're getting into sports, taking care of the body, sweating out. Okay, that's good shit. This would also be an excellent time here around health and healing, I think, to take action on it. Don't hold back. Go and get shit done. What are you waiting for? Okay. And so like, if we need to go get it done, go get it fucking done. And I know that's easy to say in terms of maybe getting to and from spaces. Maybe also too here with the horse, we might need a ride. Okay. And so maybe we got to ask somebody for a ride or for help or support in getting this thing successfully done. Okay. Don't be afraid to reach out, please. All right. I just feel like this week around health, we should be getting good stuff coming in. If we've had biopsies lately, this should be all clears. Again, getting victory and success. That's something previously that we've been waiting on. Everything is going to be okay. Do you fucking hear me? Okay. With the 6 of Wands. But are we going after what we desire? This also has a feeling this week that maybe some of you guys are thinking about getting a boob job, getting your fupa reduced, getting a butt lift. I feel like for the physical body, we might be making some surgical changes here. And again, I don't know why, but I'm going to throw it out there. So if you're feeling that too, take this as a victorious sign that we will be able to get this done. Maybe even insurance covers at least part of it. Go in there and take action so we can get this thing covered and get it booty scooting. Because we got things we got to do today. Okay. But I think overall for health, as long as you're taking action on something that you give a fuck about, go and get it the fuck done, please. Okay. This is a great week for if you're ready to do the deed with the person that you dig consensually. Okay. 2 thumbs up. It should be back on like Donkey Kong for some of you guys. Hey, our libido's back. All right, for some of you guys. And then the last thing I would say around health is like if we're having problem with a lot of those spaces, go and get your fucking hormones checked. I'm telling you, hormones might be an issue here. And then we can see how far back it's been affecting us. And then finally get the success and the help that we need. Okay? Just remember, you fucking got this. You got a fantastic card this week. And the way that we make this work for us is by going after what the fuck we actually want. So tune the fuck in and ask yourself, it's time. You got this. I'm proud of you. Keep going. Hi, card pile number 2. You guys got a major arcana card. Look at this MFer. We've been getting this card a lot. Let's fucking talk about it, okay? So whenever these major arcana cards come up, these are going to talk about major change, major evolution, major movement forward in our life. This is a big fuck off week, y'all. You got a big fuck off week. This is huge. So when the Emperor shows up, this is like the ultimate, and traditionally speaking, king, okay? Doesn't have to be a dude. This can be a woman. This can be somebody that identifies as neither or both. The gender part doesn't fucking matter, okay? But if I'm teaching you about the tarot, which I do in every single card pull and every single card reading, I want you guys to know. So if you're not coming to me and you're going to somebody else, you know exactly what the fuck you're looking at. Nobody can get one over on you. You know exactly what the fuck the Emperor means. So if they try to give you some bullshit, you know better. Okay? But I just feel like with the Emperor here, this could be a big ass week about you stepping into your fucking power. And then also, who are the possible dudes and the people in charge? And how are they handling their shit? And how is that affecting our life? Okay? I just feel like here, like this is changing everything. And unfortunately for some people, dudes are going to be at the head of that. Okay. Or people in very powerful positions. Cause there's no king above the Emperor. There's none. This is the very top. This is the owner of the business. Okay. That's the big boss. All right. The Emperor here has got the big titties, not big balls. Balls are sensitive and weak. They got the big titties. All right. There's that. They got the big titty energy. All right. I dig it. The more nips to cut glass with. All right. There's that. I just feel like when the Emperor shows up here, this is such a huge call to really, again, step into our power. What kind of leader are we? What kind of leadership do we have around us? And how is that fucking our shit up or helping? Question marks. And then on top of that, I think with the Emperor here, if we're looking at the wider view, this is looking at the people with all the money and all the power. And how somehow this week they're affecting your life. Okay? For better or for worse. Now, with the Emperor here, I gotta say, on the more positive end with the Emperor, this is somebody that's very awake and aware. They can see their own flaws and they're actively working on them. They understand that power is kind of a give and take here, and you work with the people around you. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. Okay? ... With the Emperor here, like now in the positive sense, okay? The Emperor here also protects and serves the underdog, okay? The people that cannot, they know full well that these people need a shield in front of them and to take care of them, to look out for them, protect them. This is the ultimate protect. Think Joan of Arc, okay? Like that's when I don't know, the Emperor, at least in a more positive sense, feel like Joan of Arc here, where we stand up, we take the action. This is somebody that doesn't wait around for the answers. They understand that they feel that, and they know that they're the one in charge. So they go and they take care of the fucking thing. They don't discuss it for a million years. They know what the fucking jam is. If they do discuss it, it's usually with the Empress or their partner or their counterpoint. Okay. And then they make the decision. Because they also understand it's not their way or the highway or only their choice. If you're responsible for this many people, we got to check in too. But the final go through, they're going to go with their partner or their significant other. Typically, it's the Empress. Okay. And then we're able to go take action on this fucking thing. Now, on the more negative end, this is a dictatorship. This is somebody that is an authoritative brick fucking wall. Won't hear anything you got to say. Doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. It's just what the fuck they want. They're the power and control or the name of the game. And it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. As long as they're in power and control, that's all that fucking matters. And so people suffer underneath of them. There is no, see how they're holding the Ankh there? Like, that's why it's so important, that Ankh. It's talking about life. They're supposed to protect it. And so, like, on the more negative sense here, this is somebody that does not protect life at all. They end it. They're violent. There's aggressive issues and aggression. Okay, aggressive and aggression. There might even be, unfortunately, sometimes the worst of the worst. We've got some narcissistic personality disorder coming through. Okay, so this guy can kind of run the gambit. This person can run the gambit. Also, this card, the Emperor, stands for the number 4. So we're going to be referencing the 4th of a month, 4 weeks, 4 days, 4 years. I read these like the months. I'm going back to the month of April. And so did something happen here? Or maybe around the 4th of a month. Cough, cough. Around November 4th. Hey, side note. So it just feels like here, also too, when the Emperor shows up, there could be a lot of military action and military things going on this week. Cough, cough, deploying troops. Okay. There's going to be more war. There's going to be more calls. Also, when the Emperor shows up in a more negative sense, I'm like, the Emperor has no clothes. Can everybody see that now? Thank you, Jesus. Everybody come on. All right. And it just feels as though this card can, who are we dealing with? Okay. And you know best the person that you're dealing with. I would also say too here with the Emperor, in a more positive sense, remember that you're fucking royalty. Act accordingly. You might be the leader here, and or we might be dealing with a father or father figure this week. Maybe father and father healing might be coming up too, if your dad was any one of those things. Some of the possible background jobs or things that they do, this person could possibly too, when the Emperor shows up, have a military background, police officer, firefighter, acts of bravery, acts of service, work for the government, hopefully in protection and serving in some type of way. Okay. And or be the head of the family home. Do you know what I mean? Like taking care of things, more of a patriarchal take here on the family. But again, in the more positive sense, this person treats it as a democracy. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, I would say that this is a yes, as long as you're willing to protect life, protect your peeps in a good way, not smothering, not taking over power and control, but you're ready to stand up and be the leader here. And or you guys might be also noticing some of the men in your family, the patriarchal role might be passed down here to somebody. Maybe it might be your partner, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's somebody else within the family. Okay. But I just feel like here with the Emperor, we're looking at positions of power, maybe some things shifting here, and then dealing with those father and father issues. Okay. And now listen, if your mom was the head of the family and what she said went, and she sounds more like the Emperor. Okay. All right. But again, like, what did we learn from this caretaker? And were they a good ruler? Were they a good emperor? Okay. Now, if we were looking around love and relationships, man, some of you guys feel, maybe more on the love end, some of you guys feel like you have found your partner. Okay. Some of you guys really feel like you found your person. This feels like a good match to you. This person feels very, maybe in their masculine. I want to say for some of you guys, be careful with some of that shit, please. Please, guys, be careful with some of that, because like gender is so goddamn fluid. Please listen, if you feel like a woman and you've been a woman all 84 lifetimes that you've been here, God bless, babe. Okay. Not me. Not me. All right. I've been all over the fucking spectrum. I feel, okay? So like, I just want to remind some of you guys that like, be careful with the divine masculine, divine feminine shit like that it gets real scary real quick and goes down an alt-right pipeline, okay? So be careful with that crap. But to me, this feels like for some of you guys this week, we found our partner. This feels like somebody that actually like, oh my God, is maybe like really the masculine energy that we've been looking for. Okay. Maybe maybe even that's too much. Like they've got this get up and go. They've got this leadership ability. This person can show up in the most beautiful way possible, you know, and it's like they're comfortable in their own skin. They're comfortable in their own skin. Okay. And so like them being comfortable, I can be comfortable in mine too. I don't know. It just feels like a nice, like, okay, this person is able to take care of they're a leader in their own life. So you don't have to raise them. You don't, barf. You don't have to do all the ridiculous shit to help this person just catch up to be on your level. They're already potentied. And listen to me, babe. At this point, we're not looking at potential. If you're latter 20s upwards, we are not looking at potential. Your partner should already become or becoming potentied. No more of this build a person workshop, okay? Are you Bob the Builder? If that's a no, no more building people. Thank you. Okay? Thank you. I just feel like here, you know, around relationships, we feel like we found our partner and this person's taking care of their shit. And they're like, oh my God, is this a miracle? Yay, for some of you guys. Now, for some of you guys, you might be dealing with the more difficult end of that, where we're with somebody and they're ultra controlling. And maybe we're starting to see that now. This person isn't really what they presented themselves as. And we're going to have to make a difficult decision. It's going to be even more hard because this person, their whole thing is power and control. So like, are you ready? Are you ready to defend yourself? Are you ready to defend the lives that you're responsible for, especially if you got kids? Are you ready to like stand here and say, no more? Okay. Maybe on the bigger screen, like I was talking about, the wider view here, talks of war, sending troops in, doing fucked up shit, abusing power. Are we standing up and saying, fuck to the no? The Emperor here asks you to stand up and fucking say something. Look where that Ankh is, right on the fucking throat. Stand up and fucking say something. We cannot let this shit go by quietly because they'll just keep inching and inching and inching until the whole mile is taken and then everybody and everything is fucked. They're doing it right now as we speak. Okay? So if you feel called this week or you have not spoken out yet, guess what, baby doll? Today is the best day ever. It's your day to do it. Okay? Stand up and fucking say something. And or if you're dealing with the more difficult end of this person slide, then you're going to have to stand up and take a defensive action and say, no more. I'm protecting other people from you. Some of you guys are going to have to stand up and speak. Okay? But I think for the most part, a lot of you guys feel like you're finding a right partnership here, where it feels like this person feels really good. They're in their power, which just allows me to fucking live and be in my power too. Hallelujah, Jesus. Okay. I think around family and friendships, again, family, we might be seeing like father and father figures pass on the crown here to the next generation. Maybe we're looking to see who the next patriarch is going to be. So a lot of shifts within the family. Maybe we got an older father figure here that's starting to struggle. We're getting older. Again, what are we doing? This would be a great time for some of you guys to get their story. Okay, know what so we can pass it on about who this person was, for better or for worse. Be honest. They forget, that older generation, that we're the ones that pass on the stories next. Okay? So if they wanted to be a better player in the story, then maybe they should have treated you and others better. ... Okay? I just feel like here with the Emperor, overall, stand up in your power this week. You might have to go have a conversation with somebody or stand in the power position. Not for power and control, but to let somebody know without fucking question marks, because you know I fucking didn't goddamn stutter. No can be the most beautiful thing that you can say. And if this person doesn't respect that, let 10 toes down. 10 toes fucking down. I said what I said, and I'm not backing down from that. I'm going to protect the people in the family. I'm going to protect my friend. Girl, for some of you guys, this might be like you having to go talk to a partner of your best friend and let them know, I fucking see you, you piece of shit. You think you're getting away with it? I fucking see you, dumb bubblegum. I'm going to make your life hell until you go. I feel like that would apply for at least two of you. So I just feel like with the Emperor here around relationships this week, make sure you're not abusing your power. Okay. Maybe also too, if you grew up in a house full of yellers, are we a yelling family? We don't need to be. We can use our words. There's more emotions than just anger. Okay. I feel like that's probably going to hit a couple people in the gut, but listen to me. Same. Okay. Same. I grew up in a house and I have anger issues. Like I am actively working on it in somatic therapy. So like, because my child deserves better. He doesn't deserve to grow up in a house where I'm yelling. And there's more feelings than just anger. That's bullshit. So for anybody that got offended, shut the fuck up. Me too. Okay. Nobody's perfect here. And if you can fix something now to make your child's childhood better than yours fucking was, do not repeat the sins of the father. Period. Okay. Now, if we're looking around work and career, some of you guys are getting that power position. Listen, with the fire energy here too. Oh, I forgot to say this week too. We might be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Traditionally, this card is going to talk about Aries. Okay. But we might be dealing with the fire sign peeps this week. But with the Emperor in this position for career and work, we're getting that position. We're getting that CEO. We're getting that corner office job. We're getting that promotion for some of you guys, and especially with fire and earth element. You guys should be owning your own business. Some of you guys are finally making the decision to own your own fucking business or to boss up and do what you got to do to bring money in. I'm proud of everyone. You hear me? I'm proud of everybody. Maybe some of, in that instance, for some of you guys this week, we might be dealing with a terrible fucking boss. Somebody here who is a real piece of shit, okay? And we might need to speak up and say something or maybe protect somebody else this week or be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay? But again, I got a weird feeling for some of you guys with that horrific boss. There might be question marks around who's taking over next, or this person might be kicked out soon, or I don't feel like they're long for the title, even if they've been there for 20 years. Okay. I feel like this person is going to be, because notice the shield is down. Okay. So I feel like for some of these dudes, especially if it's a dude, they're going to be moving on. Maybe here by April, they will not be there. Okay, so it makes me feel either this previous April brought something up around work and career, especially with the terrible boss. And it feels like by next April, this might be completely different. New management in there, new person coming in. Can't tell whether or not they're going to be good. Okay, but I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might be moving into a higher position because of that. And maybe we're also seeing what type of boss we want to be with our own business. So if you guys are having a difficult person or issue here in the workspace and you want to own your own business, absorb like a fucking sponge what you would and would not do so that you can be the best boss possible whenever you get to that position. Okay. But this is a great week to stand up, say your fucking piece, make your fucking noise, okay? Stand in that leadership position, be the leader that you know yourself to be, no more shrinking in the background. And for a lot of you guys that don't want to be manager or whatever, I want you guys in that position because you don't want it, okay? You're not going to make this into a power play. Thank you. All right? All right. I just feel like for the most part with work this week, this feels good. And the more terrible people are going to be moving out of here soon, especially if they are in power positions. I don't know. It just feels like to me enough people have been talking and they're ready to bring in new life, literally. Okay. There's that. All right. And then finally around health and healing, again, a great week to quit smoking. Okay. Also too, if you see where the ankh is located, I'm looking at the throat, I'm looking at the collarbone, I'm looking at the heart, and then I'm looking at the esophagus. Some of you guys might also be having problems with your left hand, arm, and possibly your right leg, calf, shin, foot. Okay, see where all her hands are placed? Maybe also too, especially with some of the elderly dudes or females or however they identify, you know, that we've got within our vicinity that are in this emperor, the power position, might be having mental health issues, maybe Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, MS, you get the fucking jam, okay? And so somebody might be having problems up in this area too. There's a couple spots on the body here, okay? But like all of this, again, to me, feels fixable, feels workable. We just got to go in there and take action and be the leader of our own health. Nobody's going to be looking out for it like you do. So please get in there and take care of it. Action is required of you to get it done. Some of you too might be getting surgery here by, I think, a really good surgeon, somebody that's the top of their game, or they've been doing this a very long time. Especially if you have any, I'm going to take this one. Especially if you have any throat or throat issues or getting throat surgery, heart surgery, esophagus surgery, anything having to do in that area where the onc is, the clavicle, the collarbone, okay? You guys should be good here. We've got somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing. Do you see how that hand is supporting it? We're good there, okay? We're good. And the shield is down. Again, this is good. We don't have to protect from anything. We're going to get the help that we need here. All right. I didn't tell you guys yet, but I got to go get my tonsils removed on October 14th. So I'm going to take that as a good sign. Thank you, Jesus. I just think overall this week, take good care of your health. Quit smoking if you're smoking. And it's time to be the leader in your own space. Take head of your own health. Period. Guys, for anything else this week, just be good to yourself and be good for others. And don't be a fucking twit. Don't fucking try to smother people with power and control issues, and certainly don't let others do that to you. You got this. Hi, card number 3. Hello, my little cutie patooties. Let's talk about it. Listen, you or somebody else is asked out. Let's talk. Look at the imagery on the card. Booty first. Okay. We got the 5 of Cups, my loves. Let's fucking talk about it, okay? So, yeah, it's not a great card, but we're going to talk about it, and everything's going to be okay, period. All right. So whenever cups show up, this is going to be, listen, first of all, it's a mundane card. We don't have like a crazy major arcana. Nothing crazy major is happening right now. When we have these minor arcana cards, this is everyday mundane stuff that we're going through. Okay. So, and with a 5 here, we've been going through this for a minute. This is something that we've been sitting on. This is not going to be anything new we're bringing up today. Okay. So at least it's not like plow. I just leave something in your lap and like, good luck. Go fuck yourself. We're going to be talking about shit that's already been happening, okay? And with Cups here, this is going to talk about our feelings. This is going to talk about our intuition, and it's going to talk about our relationships. I find that whenever water shows up too, it's really asking us, are we emotionally present? Because, darling, the emotional present is all that we really fucking have. If you're anything like me and my crazy Cancer moon, always stuck in the past, sentimental to a terrible fault, okay? Or freaking out about the future. There's a call here this week to be here and present and to really, really, truly be present with your feelings so that intuitively you know what the fuck is going on and you can make the best choices for yourself, okay? Usually when 5s show up, this is chaos and fuckery. And this card is no less that. But really with the 5s here, it's really asking us to go back to self. And like how this is usually not always, but the 5 cards, and I find the 8 cards a lot, can be very self-inflicted. So we're fighting with ourselves, we're fighting with others. There's something going on here, okay? And with Cups, this is definitely going to be in our relationships, intuitively, emotionally. Whew, there's a lot going on, all right? Also with the number 5 here, I'm looking at 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 years. Cups moves second to slowest. Earth is the slowest moving baby. Cups is right behind it. So this would say weeks to months, okay? So maybe like 5 months, 5 weeks ago, or this can also be, this feels like to me to the past, okay? But also with the 5 here, I'm going to reference back to the month of May. And so did something happen here in the month of May or around the 5th of a month? Okay. Now with the 5 of Cups, this is sorrow. This is regret. This is anger, masking as sorrow. This is pushing other people away. This is because of that anger and that resentment. Usually it's because we've lost somebody here. There's grief, either like through death or maybe also too through a fight. Maybe something that we did or said. And again, like we're being motivated emotionally from a more difficult space. Okay. And so again, there's a lot of loss in the background. I'm sad. I'm not also paying attention. If you notice, she's not even facing us. You might not even be aware that these feelings are coming up, or maybe this is happening for somebody around you that you got to deal with. Okay. And so like, this is a very hard card because I think sometimes the most difficult thing to face is ourselves, period. Okay. Okay. So really, how many people go to therapy and actually sit down and do that? Right. So with the Five of Cups here, this is just, if you guys also look on the card, look at the imagery. There's 3 cups spilled on the side and there's still 2 cups up sitting. So maybe this could also be a reference back to the month of March as well with that 3 there. But also this situation could involve up to 3 people. Maybe it feels as though we've lost 3 people here. Okay. But look at those 2 cups. This is still stating that you still have the relationship with self, and or we still have the relationship with someone else. Maybe even 2, we're still crying over the loss of these other relationships. We don't even realize the good one that we still have here. Okay. Notice also too how those 3 cups are in the past and the 2 cups are in the future. So a lot of times the 3 cards, if I'm going to go to the 3 of Cups, is celebration with our friends, with our peeps, with our loved ones. And so the celebration's over. We've lost somebody. We've lost something here. The shit's fucking us up and we can't even see the relationship with self. We can't see the relationship with another person. It just feels like everything is spilt milk. Okay. But again, loss and grief is at the heart of this. Are you seeing how, like, you being in pain is affecting your relationships with other people and yourself? Now, if we're looking for a yes or no this week, this would be a no to me. Not until we're able to see what the fuck is going on. Not until we're able, if you notice that bridge in there, not until we're able to bridge from one side to the next to see what the fuck is going on. Okay, and to cross that bridge so we can work through this and release it and be happy here and present in the moment. I would also say too, and I will get into this in a second, but like maybe sometimes like letting go of these relationships in the past, especially if it's not salvageable, like to stay stuck in the past doesn't make sense. You've got so much beautiful and goodness coming towards you. What did we learn about the loss of these relationships that we do not want to repeat in the future? Okay. Now, if we're looking around love, relationships, friendship, family, romance, all that shit. Oh, it's rough. I don't know about you guys, but like do I have any family left? I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. For me, I've lost a lot of family with the whole situation in the United States going on. And just feeling like, wow, people's hearts are really fucking broken. And they just, it's heartbreaking to me. Especially if you're for Nazi, fascist, pedophile protecting shit. Like, absolutely not. You're not welcome around me. You're not welcome around my son. Not until you fix your fucking heart, period. That's just the fucking deal. There are no ifs, buts, question marks. You do not pass go. Okay? You just fucking don't. So I just feel like with the 5 of Cups here, in the relationship sector, we've lost some people here. And it's really hard. This is really taking a toll, and you need to recognize the way that this is starting to affect you, because it's also affecting your current relationships and what's to come. Okay? And especially the one with yourself. You have got to tune in and listen to what the fuck you're feeling, especially around your relationships, especially when cups show up. So what are we mourning here? What was the loss? And are we ready to face it? And especially if this was like a friend situation with the 3 of Cups, like, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you lose friends, like that's even more devastating than a partnership or even family sometimes. Okay. Because I chose you, with our friendships and like, so around friendship, family, and all that stuff this week, this feels hard. And are we ready to face our pain? Are we ready to face that loss? Are we ready to sit down and talk about this and process it through the body? I think for some of you guys, maybe here around love too, there is no real total positive with this right now, other than realizing what our actions and how our actions are affecting others and affecting ourselves. Maybe ways in which we've pushed others away. Y'all, this can even go back to childhood fucking trauma wounds, where it's like nobody ever showed up for you, and so you're terrified to get close to anybody so that no one disappoints you, and it's holding you back from having the relationships that are so fucking important to you that you truly fucking want. So in what ways is loss holding you back from living this moment, having the relationships you want? How are you keeping people at arm's length, at bay, away from you, not ever really truly close? Feels like they could almost fall into a black hole trying to get close to you. Okay? Like, what are we doing here because of the loss, because of the things we didn't get, and we are still grieving them? With that bridge there, I'm going to say something that might be a little difficult for some people to hear, but we've got to start moving through this. We cannot just sit here in this and wallow. Because again, we're missing out on life, we're missing out on relationships, we're missing out on everything that's important to us. And we feel so desperately alone. That doesn't work, my darling, my love. And again, if you guys are dealing with somebody that's kind of going through this, then like hopefully these words help so we can understand and get the support that we need. Okay. Normally I would wait until health, but like we need a good grief counselor. We need a good therapist. We need a good somatic therapist or somebody that does EMDR so we can put it in the right category and let these things fucking go, especially if they're from the deep past or maybe 3 or more years ago. Okay. 3 or more years ago. Let's get in there and let's start working through this so we can properly grieve, let go, and process. Okay. It just feels like around relationships and all this stuff this week, any of them, take a step back, take a breather, and it's time to look at your actions and how you're affecting others. You may have even heard something for some of you guys, okay? Because look how she's holding, even though she's got that towel around her head, it looks like she's holding her ears. She don't want to hear it. Okay? So maybe something is delivered to you by words this week, even though we've got this water here. But like someone's trying to tell you emotionally how you're affecting them. Are you listening? Are you making excuses and pushing them away? And what are you doing? Especially if this is your child. Or this is somebody that you really, like you fucking love. What are you doing? Okay. So, I just feel like for the most part this week, sit down. Face yourself. How do we start to process this and work through it? And how do we start to hear what other people have to say or hear the thing we don't want to hear? My darlings, my love. Okay. Because really this, can I also say too, for a lot of you guys that got this card this week is that you notice with the previous relationships, maybe romantically that didn't work out, even friendship, but like you and family, you didn't choose yourself. Period. And those relationships didn't work out because it was unmotherfucking tenable. Do you see how when you choose yourself, things, places, spaces not only move more beautifully, but you are actually in alignment with it. You don't have to make a square peg fit into a round fucking hole. There's that. Take that any way you want to. Hey, take it any way you want. But like, pay the fuck attention. Now, if we're looking around work and career, my goodness, none of this feels great. Not a bit of it. Feels like maybe we just keep losing opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So I just want to say to you guys, take a deep breath. Maybe take 2 days off, 5 days off, and then start reapplying again. Get back into your centeredness. The whole world isn't trying to hurt you. Also, too, a lot of you guys are in depression, period. A lot of you guys aren't doing well emotionally. And so even the thought of getting a new job right now makes you fucking nauseous. Can you afford to take a little bit of fucking time, even if it's just a couple days, to recalibrate, go do something for you, and get back into your centered space? What the fuck does that look like? Okay? But yeah, I want to say there is something coming for you here. Okay. And with the 2s here, I'm looking with water, maybe 2 months, 2 weeks to 2 months. But I also read these like the month. So I want to look no later than February. You've got the perfect opportunity coming up, or maybe around the 2nd of a month. Okay. So please hold on tight. Don't give up hope. But can you see how defeated that you feel, that we're not even going after job opportunities? That makes sense. Nothing is coming through because it's nothing that we really fucking want. This whole thing feels depressing to me. Also, for a lot of you guys, we may have lost jobs or opportunities that we really fucking loved and wanted because of all this bullshit that's going on. I'm just going to gesture wildly to our government right now, okay? Like, the fresh fuck. So for that, truly from my soul, I'm fucking sorry. And so we're missing out on opportunities. My job is getting taken away that I fucking love. I actually want to say to you guys, for the work that you love and that's getting taken away, is there a way that you can work with others towards that goal? Don't let this pain, this loss stop you from thinking about possibilities in the future and what the fuck we can do. Okay? Even if that's starting your own thing, doing your own thing, Working with somebody else towards the goal or doing it for yourself? What is the motivation here? It just reminds me of some of those people like the domestic violence shelters that are all getting shut down. Like, there's that. I feel like a lot of you guys would feel that too. It just feels like these women really love the work that they do, and they're really trying to protect and take care of people, and like to have these jobs taken away when so many women and children need it to fucking survive is not only reprehensible, but like these people are devastated. This was their life's work. You know what I mean? So in what ways can we turn around and get this back going again? Maybe this is a more community outreach, we're doing this with others towards, don't give up. Don't give up. And don't let the sadness and the loss drag you down to a space where you think that there's nothing left. I got nothing to work for. There's nothing out here for me. Nothing could be further from the truth. Some of you guys might need to create something here or work with another towards that goal. There might even be a friendship here that might be able to get us a job that would help support us until we can get into the job that we want. For a lot of you guys getting this card, we're going to have to do some hard shit in order to get to the good stuff. For some of you guys, you might just be bummed that we have to get like a second job. Okay? And just to support your family right now, please don't. This is not forever. This is just temporary. Don't take that anger out on the people that you're doing this for. Fair? Okay. So, I just feel like this week around work and career, it just feels poopy dukes. The problem is that we can't get sucked into the poopy dukes, okay? We got to be able to recognize it for what the fuck is going on and how do we make this work for us. We still get to do what we love to do, or we're going to have to work extra, do some extra shit that we don't want to do right now, but this is going to be temporary. And we've got to recognize that how our own energy is playing into this. Okay? Okay. Now, finally, health and healing. Guess what, y'all? Therapy. Therapy. In whatever form that you can get a hold of. Talk therapy is good when you're just beginning. EMDR is really good if you're getting haunted by stuff. You need to put it in the right category. Somatic is excellent if you feel like talk therapy, you're done with it and you need to move it out of your body. Guys, I've done all three. I highly recommend all of them. Okay? So get in there and find the therapy that's speaking the best to you. But for a lot of you guys, it's going to be grief counseling, grief therapy. We need to deal with our grief and the loss. Even if nobody died here, but like the loss of childhood, the loss of my freedom, the loss of my happiness, the loss of my fart box. I don't fucking know. Okay? Like, there's a loss of something here, and I'm still hurting from it, even if I'm not fully aware of it, even if I don't want to hear it, even if I'm not facing it. This week, I realized that I need to. And so who do I need to get on my side to help support me to do the fucking thing? What support and help can I get here so I can face and deal with this, and I don't feel like I'm all by myself? Because you're not. You're fucking not. At the very least, call on your loved ones in spirit until you can get to a good therapist, or ask your loved ones in spirit to help bring you or show you the right person. So without a doubt, you know it's them and that's exactly who the fuck you need to get to. Period. You are not alone in any sense of the word. Okay? So general reminder this week around health and healing with the 5 of Cups here. Sit down and face yourself. This is something that's been going on for a while, babe. There's nothing new that I'm bringing up or saying today that you haven't already thought about or haven't been trying to actively avoid. Air high five. Okay? So just know here, nothing is wrong with you. This is about you going and getting the support and the help that you fucking need. And if you feel like you can do this all on your own, honey, your trauma is showing. I know that you couldn't count on anybody else growing up, but darling, if you can't count on yourself, then yeah, you really do got a problem. You've got to be able to fix that relationship with you so that you can start to trust and learn to trust from others. Heal that relationship with mom so you can have better relationships with women. Heal that relationship with father and the shit that happened there so that you can have better relationships with men. And at the very core, have better relationships, full, beautiful relationship with yourself. It's time. Don't be afraid. And when a wave is coming at you, you can't outrun that shit. Don't be a dumb bubblegum. You dive into it, babe. Into it. Feel it so you can let it go. Okay? Okay. Also, too, some of you guys might be dealing with, maybe we lost somebody here to head trauma, if you see where her head is, okay? The towel on her head and her hands there. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with ear problems, neck problems, spinal cord problems. This looks like more like head, neck, spinal cord for a lot of you guys. Maybe even both of your hands. We might need some OT, occupational therapy. Might be getting surgery on those spots, maybe. Okay, but I just feel like here, such a highlight on the head. So maybe dementia, Alzheimer's, MS, Parkinson's. Maybe we're dealing with mental health issues. Okay? And like, we need to sit down and get fucking serious about it. No more pretending that it isn't happening. That's when the bad things happen. Okay? Okay. We're going to be proactive, take care of our shit, and we're going to take care of our feelings so that we can get into a more centered space and we can live the life that we deserve. Having good, close relationships. And especially one with ourself. Choose you, card pick number 3 this week. And watch as everything blossoms in front of you. You got this, baby. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for always listening to me and my crazy talk. But I don't think it's that crazy. I know I call it crazy talk, but you guys always seem to resonate with it. So let me know how this was for you. I love you guys, and I will see you soon.